Hey guys, how's it going? I just figured since I haven't done a proper introduction to my channel, I figured I'd just go ahead and do it since I don't really have anything going on today. Well, my name is Antonio Hernandez. I was in a car accident when I was 7 years old. It's a pretty severe car accident, killed four people. Um, my brother being the one that took a lot of the mental aspects of that accident. I took the brunt, and obviously the four people who had passed away in that accident, took the worst of it. I broke my neck at C6, C7, um, which makes me a quadriplegic. It affects some muscle groups and it affects some some memory issues, obviously, but I've been trying my hardest to regain everything I can. My my grip has gotten better over the years, but it's taking a very long time. I put myself in physical and occupational therapy off and on throughout the last 24 years to help regain muscle function. I I've been lifting weights since I've been in a wheelchair basically since I was 12. I started out on and off up until I was like 20, 21. Then I started powerlifting in Special Olympics. Now, that opened up more about my me learning more about my condition and muscle function here and there, But as I kept going, I I realized that it's it's more about the connection, my from my brain to my muscles. So what I've been trying to do, I've been doing exercises, to kind of help improve activity in my abdominal muscles, in my shoulders, in my biceps, in my back, my buttocks, which I was an incomplete injury, so I wasn't completely broken. It didn't completely sever those uh, those spinal cords, but I still do get very small um, uh, very small nerve reaction in my buttocks and my upper thighs. I I know I have problems with my wrists, my fingers, my biceps. Those are some of the areas that I'm going to be focusing on in the next few months to kind of help improve the functionality so it's easier for me and just easier to get around, period. I've been working in a manual wheelchair to also kind of help keep that connection between everything I'm doing in my upper body. And I will work on just trying to keep that muscle mind connection during a workout. So I'm also focusing on weight loss because, I've blown up like a balloon. I'm not afraid to admit that. Even in my earlier powerlifting days, I wasn't worried about getting, my nutrition in. I was more worried about getting some protein. I didn't give a shit where it came from. But anyway, like, so I'm doing the hand cycle, but I realized during the hand cycle that at times the connection between my abdominals and just my overall trunk, it would get spastic connection, meaning it would connect and then it would stop. It would connect and then it would stop. And then over the last few months, I've noticed that I'm able to get a connection almost right away, after I continue with my hand cycle and focusing on those muscles while doing that. Now, I also have a condition called autonomic dysreflexia. Autonomic dysreflexia is a blood pressure issue where my blood pressure will spike, especially if I need to go to the bathroom. I have a neurogenic bladder, which means it doesn't drain correctly, so I have to catheterize myself. Now, with a neurogenic bladder, that it's a lifesaver, catheterization. And you put my autonomic dysreflexia on top of that, that makes weightlifting and cardio, exercising period, will get your blood pressure up there. So it's very hit and go with me exercising, but over the years I've learned to control, certain areas, like just focusing on breathing when my blood pressure spikes up and I just want to get through my cardio and stuff like that. But it's definitely an eye opener, because you read about all these problems that people have, with depression and anxiety. That's one of them. I have depression and anxiety, and I also have my fair share of my level. I'm not going to say fair share. I'm going to say my level of PTS, post-traumatic stress. It's definitely something we all have. It's just kind of what level we are at. But my level is, it'll come back. Like I've basically, I've gone through the whole depression, and I've gone through the anxiety. I'm still kind of going through it right now, because there's a lot of changes going on in my life, but fitness is one of the aspects that I will absolutely not give up, because regardless of what people say, I need to keep going. Fitness and nutrition, mental health are my 3 areas where I take a stand on. I'm a disabled athlete. I'm still in powerlifting, just regionally. I play sled hockey as well, as you can tell from some of my previous videos. But I don't know. Would you guys like to see some of the videos that I get from hockey games? Just let me know, comment, in the description or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I am a disabled athlete. I've been in sports most of my life. I grew up poor. I was an avid swimmer. We played soccer. That was prior to the accident. And after the accident, I struggled. I didn't know where to go. Because injured, I thought my life was over. But You know, it just takes some time. You know, I just turned 30, and it's definitely taken me some time. I'm not afraid to admit that. It's taken me some time to get to a point where I'm comfortable, and I feel like I'm comfortable about talking about this, and I'm very open. I'm a very open person, so people just talk to me. I'd be and asking me questions. I'm not afraid, or I don't get offended easily, you know, when it comes to my injury. Now, when it comes to my injury and people have questions, I'll just tell them right out, you know, yeah, that still doesn't work. Yeah, it works, you know. I get a lot of questions about, can you feel your legs? It's kind of hard to describe, when you get a dull feeling, when something's, putting pressure on your leg or something like that. I get deep tissue feeling. That's where my nerves are still active, so I may not initially feel when something hits me, but it'll register deeper as a vibration, or something like that. But yeah, you guys, that's a little bit about me. So if you have any questions, or I can help you out any way, either ask me here on YouTube, or send me a DM on Instagram, Tony's Fit Journey. It's spelled JRNY. So, yeah, send me questions, and I'll see you guys later. All right, have a good day.